channels back and forth between these two.
Okay. Hi everybody, this is Luke Smith. I'm the sales manager and specialist for Waves Audio in the United States. And we're here at the NAMM Show 2015, ready to show you our brand new plugins. We have three really exciting new additions to the Waves plugin family. So let's start with the one on the far left of the screen here. This one is the H Reverb. And the H Reverb is a very important new reverb plugin for us. We have some really good industry standard reverb plugins like TrueVerb and Renaissance Verb. We recently updated our IR1 to an IR Live component, and Manny American's reverb, which came out in his artist signature bundle 2 years ago, also very popular. But we still really wanted to come up with the best reverb on the market. And what we believe we've come up with is exactly that. And we will also say that we encourage you to test this with your favorite hardware reverb. And so that we're really taking plug-in reverbs to a new level so that it can be very similar sonically to what you're getting out of your hardware reverb. So we have the technology behind it is our FRI engine, which is a combination of algorithmic reverb and convolution reverb. So it is called hybrid reverb because it mixes algorithms, set algorithms, and also convolution samples to create a very lush reverb setting. Yeah? And then we also built a lot of cool filtering options so that you can basically take your reverb return and mess it up, make it move, make it modulate, and do some really cool stuff that a normal reverb just can't do. Yeah? So we look at the expanded controls. Here's where I get into the 4-band EQ. I have the ability to actually create delay too, so we've built delay right into the reverb plugin. And then here is the special filtering options. We have dampening, we have envelope filtering, and we also have LFO filtering. And for both envelope or LFO, we can actually sync that to your DAW, or we can allow you to set the start point frequency and the stop point frequency and how it modulates throughout that signal and that reverb return. We have AM rate and depth and FM depth down here to make the modulation more pronounced or less pronounced. And then down here, we have a really cool drive distortion section. And this section is inspired by what it sounds like when you overload the input or the output, or excuse me, the input of your hardware reverb. So you get a lot of times a nice high frequency sheen harmonic distortion that's very nice out of your hardware reverb, and the drive knob basically simulates that. So just like you can overload your favorite hardware reverb, you can also do that with this plugin. Now with the DBX, this is actually a partnership with Harman. So we've officially partnered with them to model their classic DBX 160. And this is not the X or the A, this is the original 160 with the VU meters and the wood panels, and we faithfully recreated it. And I will mention that when we modeled it, we spent a lot of time looking at the original specs and researching the hardware. And what we found is this hardware was impeccably built. It was very well engineered so that just like the hardware unit, there is a ton of headroom in here before you start hearing harmonic distortion. And then we did some cool things that the hardware didn't do, such as the noise section, which does allow you to overload it a little easier than the hardware allows you to, again, because the hardware had so much headroom. And then also a dry-wet knob so that you can parallel compress really easily by just dialing back the amount of compression you have. So it lets some of the dry in and some of the compressed in, right? DBX, a partnership with Harman, and then both the DBX and the H Reverb will be out in just a few weeks. This one, the Butch Vig vocal, is made, it was made personally and designed personally by Butch Vig, the famous producer behind Nirvana's Nevermind, Garbage, and many other great acts. So this isn't just a vocal compressor, it's not just a vocal EQ. It is Butch's vocal chain that he personally picked every parameter and basically signed off on how it sounded before we release it. So this will be coming out in March, but let me explain the controls for you right here. We have an EQ section where this is a low band EQ, boost or cut. The presence is a mid band, and the air is a high band. And they're fixed frequency types, but they have a little bit of compression built into them, so they're really easy to boost up a little bit and get exactly what you want. And that's the point of all the Artist Signature plugins, and especially this one. I remember the first time I pulled it up, in 8 seconds I already had a sound. So literally within seconds, you're able to get a really cool vocal sound. So that's nice EQ. In addition to that, we have a high cut and a low cut. And in the final version that you'll see in March, there will also be something called mid-dip, right here in the middle. And that'll be a sweepable mid-band that you can use to take whatever mid-frequencies out that you want. Also I have a de-esser, and the de-esser is fixed at 6K. And this comes straight from Butch Vig's experience. He said, no, I don't need it to be sweepable. 9 times out of 10, when I put a de-esser at 6K, it works. And guess what? It does. And we trust Butch Vig, that's why we partnered with him, and that's why the de-esser is fixed at 6K. We also have a 1-knob compressor here that has auto makeup gain built into it. We have this focus section, which is interesting. The 1 setting is a narrow compression band that is fixed at 1K. And the 2 setting is a narrow compression band that's fixed at 2K. So that if you need that little extra boost and make your vocal more intelligible or pop out in the mix, check out these 1 and 2 settings on the Focus. And then the other thing that's very cool is building in both tube and solid state harmonic distortion sliders. So tube is even harmonics, and solid state is odd harmonics. And so a combination of the two gives you a lot of possibilities for the desired distortion that you want. And there you have it. These are the 3 new plugins, all available very soon from Waves Audio. Thanks a lot.
The music's gonna come to you, and maybe it will change your life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let the music inspire you, inspire you. Oh. The music's gonna come to you, and maybe it will change your life. Yeah, yeah. So let the music inspire you, inspire you. Oh, 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 oh. The music's gonna come to you, and maybe it will change your life. Yeah, yeah. So let the music inspire you, inspire you. Oh, 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 oh. The music's gonna